play of the game from way down.
Two, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bomb stats, Nico gonna find Rainer.
Oh, the life finder keeps Maev up. It was going to be a close thing.
And healing, what? Get out of, no! No!
Triple stun again. Big flanks coming out from the Blaze.
It's a death metal though.
Death metal into the double, triple kill.
Hello everybody and welcome to the NGS Rewind. We're in the middle of playoff season, but there are some games that didn't get caught at the end of the regular season. So today, primarily, we're going to focus on some of those games from week 7 and week 8, some flex matches. We also have a playoff game for you at the very end of the show here as well. So our first match is going to be between FF and the Pancakes and House of Chez. Now, while we don't know the result of this matchup, we do know that House of Chez is currently set to play tonight in the Coastal Finals. So this is a good match to watch if you are perhaps Zujin Distillery, the other team in the Coastal Finals, or maybe even one of the teams on the west side. But let's go ahead and hop into this. Maps real quick here. We've got map bans. Hey, Full Mango, welcome. Map bans here coming out from FF and the Pancakes. We had the ban on Volskaya Foundry and Battlefield of Eternity. For House of Chez, the bans were Braxis Holdout and Dragonshire. And our first game is going to be on Towers of Doom. All right. Now, I believe that this was done before the patch, the bug patch that they did, which means that we won't have the correct overlays here. It's gonna disconnect me from Blizzard, so it's gonna have like the sound is gonna be all loud and all that stuff, so I have to fix that real quick. And that'll be the case, I think, for both of our Div D games here today. So while we're waiting on this to load, how's everybody doing today? I thought I had it set up so that it didn't have the sound there. All right. Pause it and get this all turned down. Okay. All right, we should be all set now. Turn that off. And get things going for game number 1 here between FF and the Pancakes and House of Chez. We'll see if that sound volume is appropriate or if I need to make any adjustments. Let's go ahead and get these teams introduced here. On the left, we've got FF and Pancakes. We got Stampy on Zeratul, Jaeger on Muradin, Courtney on Jaina, Mr. G on Rhaegar, and Mr. Sue on Leoric. Over here on the right, we've got House of Chez. Flash is going to be on the Gul'dan. Chez makes on Thrall, Caribou on Stukov, Death 1300s on Tychus, and Death Icarus on Johanna. Let's turn the chat off as well. All right, so let's take a look at these level 1 talents here. So again, because the overlay is a little bit different, we're not going to have the option to pop up this beautiful box in the bot that shows the questing talents and all that stuff, the status. So we'll have to check on those individually as we go through the game. But we can certainly see at the top of the screen here the talents as they've been picked. So Laws of Hope coming out from Johanna. We also have is that run and gun, I think? Dash. 4 run and gun. They're all run and gun. So which one is that? That's the... Oh, this is all pre-patch, right. So Tychus actually doesn't have the quest anymore. for that. He just gets a bonus movement, and when he uses his running gun with the updated talent here. We've got the third win from Muradin, the cleave radius there for Zeratul as well. Fingers of Frost for Jaina. The lightning shield for Rhaegar. Siren's renewal. And Echo Corruption and Echo Elements. So pretty well standard for pretty much everything here. The only one that's kind of, well, there are two flex picks, I think, on Stukov's side and Johanna. Those are picks that kind of bounce around a little bit on what is the most reasonable for the circumstances. But both teams here quickly picking up their siege camps, and we're going to see a little bit of a skirmish here as the sappers in the bot lane coming out from FF in the Pancakes, getting a little bit closer to the wall here. And let's go ahead and turn off that overlay so that we can, there we go, so you can see. Now just remember, FF and the Pancakes are on the left, House of Chez is on the right. Alright. So not really a whole lot of questing talents, just the globes for Jaina there to keep an eye on. We do have, interestingly enough, Master Assassin from the Tychus. So there's another quest that we'll have to keep an eye on here. And I think that's it. Yeah, that looks to be it for questing talents here. So rotation's coming up here, level 4 versus level 5. As the first altars of the game coming up, we see the rotation down, trying to see if they might be able to catch the Rhaegar. Rhaegar's able to zip out of there. Jaina, of course, was backing as well, so no dead beastie boy there. We're going to see a commitment of... Never mind. Forget I said anything. We're going to see 1 and 1 up in the top lane here as Thrall and Leoric picking up theirs. Tychus coming to help zone against this Muradin. But in the bot here, we've got 2.5 versus 3 as they're making their way in here. Let's zoom back out because we've got quite a bit going on here. Blizzard coming out, but not onto the heroes, so it doesn't stall them out. But they do walk away as Gul'dan coming in to get the channel started. But check out the damage here onto Zeratul. He's going to have to disengage, and with Rhaegar there in the bot lane, unable to really provide any support now. It looks like the second channel, the second altar here, is going to go over to House of Chez. So that's going to give a slight advantage in the early game on Towers of Doom here, 36 to 32, but as per normal, Towers of Doom, doesn't even really matter what your points are, as long as you have at least one. Getting pretty close to level 7s here. House of Chez just slightly ahead as they're soaking those lanes. But we're going to see this caught here with the camp from FF and Pancakes here. And 4v4 coming in, looking for that Gul'dan. He's already at half health, life tapping his way to keep up the mana. But once again, FF and the Pancakes picking up their siege camp first. But check out the damage here earlier. Already this wall down. So House of Chez looking to come in, clear up the siege camp, and Muradin keeping an eye there on the potential rotation. Tychus heading to the mid in the safe way there. And now, with that, seeing that Tychus is up there, they're going to go ahead and get down here. And FF and the Pancakes are going to get their sappers all the way through and take down that top tower. So just a slight XP lead still in favor of House of Chez, at least partially because of the additional tower they've gotten. We see, again, Muradin holding down the midpoint here to watch for that rotation. There's the Stormbolt in onto Flash. Flash throwing out that corruption, trying to disengage. And with a 4 versus 3 and a minion wave here, FF and Pancakes looking to get that second tower and equalize the bottom value. Both teams now down by their towers, their front walls. All right, let's check this out. It looks like the teams right now are splitting up to pick up their altars. The stall from Tychus, we'll see if he pays for that. So far, he has not. So we do have the Johanna getting the blind out there for another stall. So far, just the mid altar being picked up by House of Chez. And some good stalling out from them to keep Stampy there from being able to get that channel. And now Death 1300s is going to go ahead and get that channel started and will be successful as the rest of the team zoning out pretty well between that Thrall and the Stukov and Johanna. Really a difficult line to make it past to get that interrupt. And now with all 5 of their team here, they're going to get onto this camp. Murden checking it out. But again, this is an uneven fight to begin with. 5 versus 4 here. But level 10's coming up soon. And Leoric is getting a little bit of an advantage in the soak there. I don't know if we can show the... Nope. Okay. I don't think I can show the soak without popping up a big box there. But it's going to be Stukov getting taken down here right before level 10's picked up for FF and the Pancakes at first. So we're going to see the... What do we got? We got Void Prison, Avatar, Ring of Frost, Ancestral Healing, and Entomb. So a lot of potential combo between that Entomb and Ring and Void Prison there. And once again, the Pancakes picking up their siege camp, heading down into the bot lane here. And Stukov on his way, so this will be an even fight. Trying to catch up to the Sappers, deal with those before they can make it in. Of course, the altar is in the bot lane, and just before this fight here, we do have level 10s as well for House of Chez. We've got the Horrify, Earthquake Flailing Swipe, the Draken Laser Drill, and the Blessed Shield. So they are able to kill 2 out of the 3 Sappers before they get close enough to do damage to the fort. So only about 10% or so, maybe 10-15% of the fort health completed there. We did see earlier that House of Chez did a really good job of poking out when they didn't have the Leoric, but here's a Void Prison. It's only onto 1. There's the Ring of Frost. Does not hit, though. A little bit off on the timing there. Big Horrify onto all 5 members of the Pancakes, and that's going to be 3 down already, and Rhaegar trying to get out of dodge. The root coming out from Thrall. And the secured kill. That is 4 kills for nothing. Coming out from that initial Void Prison into the Ring of Frost, but not quite able to get it to lock down. And that Horrify coming out from Flash. Big plays. It is FF and the Pancakes versus House of Chez for this first game. And Leoric in the mid lane trying to gather this. Soak does get paused here, and it looks like that's going to be another kill. House of Chez already looking really strong in this game. Picking up their ultimates now, looking even stronger. 20 to 36 right now on the point total. We've got the bottom tower there going back over to the side of FF and the Pancakes. And Thrall gonna pick up this top camp here. There's nobody within a mile of this, so that should be a nice, easy, comfortable pickup. Assuming, anyways, that Leoric doesn't scout it out. Although at this point, with level 13s, I don't know how much Leoric wants to get in on that. Tychus rotating up to catch this mid soak as both teams now hit up to level 13, and Thrall did get that camp. So slight advantage here in XP to House of Chez. And there's the Murden going in all by himself. And I believe that was the epitome of nope, 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 nope. But we've got Leoric and Murden up above. Now Murden jumping over to the bot side of this. Leoric as well. So we'll see if they are able to avoid that big Horrify like we saw earlier. They are a little bit better spread out here for the most part. And there it is. Chesmic's getting just obliterated. The 3-man Void into the ring do land it this time. And Stukov with the disengaged Flailing Swipe. Horrify coming out to help with that. Ancestor going out on a Stampy to keep him in the fight. And they do get Flash. But it's going to be Murden going down in the top here. And this big silence from Stukov helping to zone out the rest of the Pancakes. And that's going to give a 1 for 2 there in favor of FF and the Pancakes, and that's going to give them their second altar of the game, catching them up at least a little bit in this series here. 20-32. And it is anybody's game as long as you have 1 point on your core. Rotations coming out now here from House of Chez, making their way into the bot lane. Thrall coming in from behind, Gul'dan coming from in front. Plenty of minions, though, to soak up these shots. And it looks like with these sappers... Well, never mind. I was going to say they might be able to actually take the tower down, but they're defending it pretty well right now, House of Chez is. And Leoric is all the way up in the top lane by himself. So working on that soak. Still a very slight edge in XP over to House of Chez. About a third of a level, roughly, here. And I expect to see this fall. And this is a triple altar phase, so when it does, I kind of want to see House of Chez just say, that's fine, we'll take the top two. And not worry so much about the bottom one at this point. We do have the siege camp coming up here, so looks like a rotation from both teams now. And there's the Stormbolt in onto Flash, but a big heal coming out from Stukov. The Entomb throwing down onto the Tychus, but he's able to make it out. So a couple of cooldowns there used, but ultimately, I guess only one heroic though. So one heroic cooldown used, and we're gonna see the rotation down. It's interesting. Trying to pick up the tower before the altars. I mean, I don't think they can get it there, but we've got Thrall picking up in the top lane, and Zeratul, knowing that he's by himself, is gonna go in on this. Jaina's gonna follow, and that's likely gonna be a kill onto the Thrall. And it is, but down in the bot lane we do have the stall, so that's going to be the top two going over for FF and the Pancakes here. Jaeger getting pretty low. Second one picked up there by FF and the Pancakes, and there's the 3 points for House of Chez. And just like that, FF and the Pancakes within 5 points. One single altar, potentially. Alright, so Sapper Camp picked up here. Leading the charge is Jaeger. Waiting for this minion wave to get here so that they can try to clear it. See if they can't get these sappers in. And flip the tower back. But the tower's taking a little bit too long there to regenerate, so sappers just get cleared up. And I expect we'll see him pick up this mid one. Yep. But check out this wave in the top here. Thrall earlier pushing that up. And it's going to get a lot of value here. Some of them are working on that well. Some of them are on the tower here. But with the Sapper Camp, again, coming in the bot lane, we see the pressure coming out from FF and the Pancakes. Keep in mind, those level 16 talents are up above at the top of your screen there. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know here. But there's the Entomb. Unfortunately, doesn't hit anything, and that was an interesting interaction with the sappers going into that tower, into that fort. I suppose they're actually keeps now. But going through the Entomb and just kind of suiciding at a awkward angle. And we're seeing most of House of Chez start to rotate up, but they have to rotate back down because it looked like maybe FF and the Pancakes were considering picking up that tower again. 17-17, 4 kills to 6 kills. Looking for the stall is Muradin. Is successful in pausing as Tychus 2 for flinching there. So a nice easy 4-for-4 trade there. 13-18 now. Boss has been available and on the table for a good 10 minutes or so. But as yet, neither team in a position to go for it. Muradin up here by himself here looking for the Gul'dan is getting a pretty significant amount of damage there. But Flash just popping that life drain. Nice and safe. We're seeing Leoric rotate down, probably just catching this soak in the mid lane, which does seem to be the case. Thrall doing the same in the top. So just a 4v4 here in the bot lane, at least for right now, although Leoric is coming down, so look for this flank with the Entomb. Or they will instead just go to the siege camp. Now there is a Horrify potential here, but there's the Entomb blocking the entire lane. And there goes Johanna coming in. Thrall is in the back line there trying to deal with the Zeratul, but it's going to be Leoric first going down. Johanna picks it up. The Void Prison going out onto just the Gul'dan here, but Chez makes deep in and is going to go down, followed by the Rhaegar and Zeratul, and Jaeger also looking worse for wear. And now Courtney, the only one left alive on the side of FF and the Pancakes, with a double altar coming up. And we'll see the siege camp being picked up here in the bot lane, and I expect to see them push down this this bottom tower, especially since they have now 6 sappers. They may even have enough to get all the way through, maybe even get 1 or 2 of those as points onto the core. Looks like no sappers left available, but that is still 10 points available for them. And Leoric just now coming up here. Gul'dan heading down to the bot lane to get channel on that one. Tychus working on the mid. So now, with the 10 points being picked up by House of Chez, that puts House of Chez within 1 boss or 1 siege camp of winning the game. Looks like they are going to rotate up to the boss here. They do have level 20s. And that means that we're going to have to see something out of FF and the Pancakes if they force this fight with this level 20 advantage. Let's zoom out because they're all over the place here. Ring of Frost going out raw. Does not manage to hit anybody there, but the Entomb does get in onto Johanna. She pops that Iron Skin, and Horrify going out onto 2. Leoric in grave danger. Haha, see what I did there? He goes down. Chesmix getting a little bit low here, but the silence from Stukov helping to keep him alive. Stampy gonna go down next. And now this laser drill gonna finish the job onto Rhaegar. And we see Chesmix leading the charge onto the boss. And it's only Muradin and Jaina, but Jaina can do a lot of damage. She just doesn't have a whole lot of health here right now. Muradin popping that avatar, going in, trying to get as much damage as he can. Does get the kill onto the Thrall, but Jaina getting killed by the, what was that? Flailing Swipe combo with other things. And that's going to be House of Chez. Game number 1 on Towers of Doom. And we did see that Master Assassin picked up right at the end there. Did get completed. All right, let's take a quick look at the stats here. Just realized that my tablet was talking back to me, as if with my own voice. All right. We are gonna get set up for game number 2 here. And game number 2 is going to take place on Sky Temple. But first we have to get the game to reload because it disconnects you from Battle.net for this. Let's see, game number, so that one was red team. And Sky Temple was the pick of FF and the Pancakes, so both map picks going over to FF and the Pancakes. How's everybody doing today? Good to see Ekdar, Mango. Anybody else out there? Do we have anybody else? Probably some people out there. All right, here we go. Watch. Game number 2. Let's just get set up with the heroes so that we can have the pop-ups here real quick. Oops. Oops. So we do have, actually, let me show you the schedule here for the rest of the day while I'm doing this here. All right, so later today, we're going to have another Div D match between Team Rectum and Zul'jin Distillery. After that, we're going to have a Heroic Division match with Celeb Gaming and Amazing. We're also going to then have 2 Div A games. One of them is a playoff game, which was between Gilly Shark and Wholesome Halfwits. That'll be at the end of the day. And just before that, we'll have Team Training Wheels versus Regen Ghost.
Ready to have a little fun?
Okay. And Mango, thanks for the... was that you? No, that was somebody else. You were a couple days ago. Skydog, thanks for the follow on the NGS channel here. Now, just as a reminder, if you'd like to catch some of my casts at twitch.tv/Arrow of the Storm, make sure you stop by there. We actually have a heroic cast coming up here tonight. Oops, wrong one. There we go. All right, so we are all set up. Gonna get this started for game number 2 here. Let's take a look at the maps here real quick. Again, at the beginning of this, we saw that the bands from FF and the Pancakes were Battlefield of Eternity and Volskaya Foundry. We then saw the bands from House of Chez as Baraxis Holdout and Dragonshire. Our picks, first game, Towers of Doom, selected by House of Chez, was selected by FF and the Pancakes, won by House of Chez. Game number 2 here, Sky Temple, also selected by FF and the Pancakes. All right, so game is loading up here right now, so give us just a second here to fix the sound. All right, get rid of that, get rid of that. All right, game number 2 here, Sky Temple, between FF and the Pancakes and House of Chez. Let's go ahead and get our teams introduced here. All right, on the left, we have FF and the Pancakes. We got Mr. Sue on Stitches, Mr. G on Phoenix, Stampy gonna be playing Maev, Courtney on the Malfurion, and Zul gonna be played by Jaeger. That's FF and the Pancakes. On the right, we have House of Chez. Flash gonna be playing Falstad, Death Icarus on the Johanna, Death 1300's gonna be playing that Imperious, Chesmix on Raynor, and Caribou on Lucio. So we already see the team splitting up a bit here. 3 in the bot lane for FF and the Pancakes. A little bit of a different setup than what you normally see here. And Stitches alone in the mid lane. Checking out these talents here. So Falstad going into the Seasoned Marksman as opposed to the Bribe Stad build that we've seen a lot of lately. Stitches going into the... what is the name of this? Hungry for More. I was going to say it's not Hungry Stitches. That's level 20. But Hungry for More with the globes giving additional health and ultimately movement speed as the game goes on. But here we're going to see this fight start out in the mid lane. Both teams at level 2, just a slight advantage here so far for the Pancakes. And I'll be interested to see if they play Zul in such a way to be a double soaker. It doesn't look like it, at least from the beginning, as Zul's up in the top lane, but he is coming down into the mid lane as the top already fairly pushed in. So we'll see if that continues throughout the rest of the game. But this time it's going to be House of Chez getting onto their camps first. Last game, the Pancakes were slightly ahead in that. So we'll see how this affects the macro play on this large map here. Let's check this out here. Jaeger does get the root, but Imperius still at 100% health there after that. Down in the bot lane, Siege Camps versus Siege Camps. Because that's how we do it. And Falstad is going to fly up to the mid lane there to catch that soak at the wall. So that's going to lose the advantage in the bot lane, at least the player advantage in the bot lane here, as the Siege Camps both being picked up and cleaned out. We're going to see the rotation up from the Pancakes. I assume they're heading up to their Bruiser camp. Looks like that is the case. Now, with the Zool in the top lane, I mean, we already see that he's gotten this bottom tower down about 75%. With that Bruiser camp, that's going to give them a lot of potential to push in that tower. But in the bot lane, House of Chez doing very much the same without a camp. They're actually just pushing in here with the minions. Getting one tower, working on the second, and it looks like FF and the Pancakes may be electing to have Zool hang out during these altars and not actually do anything on the temples themselves, the control points. But no, never mind. He's just there to clean up the mess. So House of Chez is coming in onto the middle, it looks like, with FF and the Pancakes up on the top. And of course, with this Bruiser camp already securing the wall in the top lane here, still pretty healthy. And we see Malfurion and Maiev working on the fort now. And with the damage coming out from Phoenix onto this fort from the temple, that should give them the fort. And also, it might even give them the kill onto Death 1300s, as Maiev getting that chain in. But he's able to walk away. Falstad in the mid lane making use of the mid temple here to get additional damage onto that wall. And the top temple fully complete. The mid temple now finishing up as well. You guys might need to refresh, because I see it just fine on my tablet here. So occasionally Twitch does have some encoding thing that seems to cause issues, so double check to make sure. Like try it in the app or try the browser. That might be a difference here. Stitch is gonna get the hook onto Flash, pulling that Falstad in. But Mr. Sue not able to lock down the bird man. Not a bird man, he's a man riding a bird. The bird flying man, mounted man, there we go. Anyways, the Umbral Bind going out onto Johanna, but she's able to make it out of there using that Iron Skin to stay alive. A little bit of damage here onto the wall. And we're going to see both teams heading to their camps once again with their tanks chilling out in their respective anchor positions. Nearly identical timing there. But so far here, XP once again very similar. Both teams are sitting about the same place here, about 8 3/4-ish. And we're going to see now with the 4-man commitment here from FF and the Pancakes into the bot lane, with the siege camp being cleared out, they're going to be able to get this full wall. So equalizing up what was done to them earlier. And Raynor gets caught by that hook, but a big condemn pulling 4 in is going to be able to help protect the Raynor. Well going down now, though, so that's a big value for the Pancakes. And even Raynor just getting brought down quite a bit here between the damage of the Siege Giants and the heroes. Up in the top lane, we've got Falstad leading the charge with the Bruiser camp against the Zool. Zool popping his evasion shield there. But Falstad looking to try to get the pressure up here in the top. Maybe get a little bit of XP out of those towers. Not quite. Nope. Just gonna head down, maybe deal with the Zool. In the bottom here, level 10's picked up. We've got the Mighty Gust, the Sound Barrier, Hyperion, Angelic Armaments, and Blessed Shield. And now level 10's being picked up by the Pancakes here. Big barrel roll away there from Flash to stay alive here, but there's the Warden's Cage. Follow up with a Planet Cracker here. Not quite as effective as I think they were hoping out of that, And it's going to be Maev going down first, as the initiation there already had her at about half health. And by the way, this is a 4v5, as Falstad was able to come down here, but Zool up in the top lane cleaning out the damage from the Bruiser camp. And we're going to see now House of Chez on the point, collecting all of the value out of this bottom temple. And that's going to net them at least this bottom. It might very well get them the mid fort as well. Oh, no, it won't. It won't. Because it's out. Oh, come on. How much health does this thing have? 59. Oh, never mind. One of the minions casually walked by and tripped over a stone and took down the fort. Bruiser camp being picked up here now for FF and Pancakes. As we see the rotation up into top from Falstad, getting to work on cleaning up those minions. You know what? Let's actually take a look. How is Falstad doing on 27 on the season marksman? And we have a commitment into the mid lane. Zool's trying to get the pressure in. Falstad's going to come in from behind with a mighty gust here, right into the team. Malfurion looking the worst for wear is going to go down. Just needed a little bit more time for that ultimate. Jaeger looks like it's going to be the next kill in this, and Stitch is actually getting very low as well. Gonna go down thanks to that Rainer, and Stampy trying to make it out, trying to get damage in onto the heroes that are here, but Imperious with the ability that I can't remember the name of. Let's look. What is that? Solarian's Fire. Oops, wrong one. NA production. Gotta love it. And here we go, getting this boss, bringing it down as quickly as possible here with the auto attack of Falstad and Rainer. And with the temples coming up in 20 seconds, now Siege Camp to go along with the boss. There's a lot of a minion wave kind of pressuring in the bot lane here, but that'll get cleared up relatively easily. And Falstad's going to head up to deal with this Zool Bruiser camp up in the top lane. The Mighty Gust used to push it all back. Slow down the pressure here. As there's only so much that Falstad can do here, especially with the spell armor from the mage minion there. But Falstad's able to get that kill onto the Zool. What the heck? Who knew? But we do see in the mid lane and in the bot lane, FF and Pancakes able to pick up 2 additional forts here. The Siege Camp and the boss in the bot here, along with that temple, able to clear up the wall and the tower. Probably this healing well as well from the lasers, but ultimately the keep is going to remain pretty healthy. And Stitch is there, getting low from all the damage being taken there from the Siege Camp and the minions there. Is going to back away just for a moment. And level 13 to level 14 now here. As House of Chez slowly making their way into a level or a talent advantage of just about 1 level ahead. So they're looking to get that 16 early. And then look for a fight here. And we do have the next temple will just be in the bot lane. So bot lane is the weak lane right now for FF and the Pancakes. It's also the lane where you've got a boss and 2 siege giants, as we saw earlier. So with this temple, we could very well see a downed keep, and if House of Chez picks up a fight, they can win the game off of that boss play. A little bit harder for FF and the Pancakes to do the same, just because there's a wall in the way, but they could do it. So whichever team here is able to win this next team fight should at least be able to secure a keep, as we see the pings calling out for the defense up in the top here. But the Pancakes are long gone. They're all the way over here at their bruiser camp. Zool picking up the soak in the mid lane here. Trying to get his team into that level 16 balance against House of Chez here. And Zool is rotating up here to help with the defense, just in case House of Chez decided to move in all the way onto the keep wall here. The Phoenix is taking the long way, taking that delayed route in behind the keep wall. And pings are going out. They're calling into the bruiser area here. Johanna is going to get rooted. The Stitches Hook misses. And now with the rotation around, we've got House of Chez coming in. The Twilight Dream getting interrupted, though. And the Gust pulling everybody away from the Warden's cage. And that's 1, 2, 3 kills here. 4 for House of Chez. Make it 5? And there's no minion wave here just yet. So all the shots coming from the towers are going to go right into players for a moment here. It looks like that's okay with them. They can take these down, and then they'll have a minion wave up here by the time they get working on this keep. Now, they don't have enough. The death timers are too short for House of Chez to win the game here. So the only question is, are they able to get this keep? And at least for right now, it looks like that should be a yes. 3 members of FF and the Pancakes are here. And they are going to zone them out. They're going to keep them from taking down this top keep. House of Chez not wanting to give a potential for FF and the Pancakes to pull back, get a kill or two, and find themselves on even footing. Skydog and Fine Gal, just checking in. Hopefully the stream came back up for you. And now with the rotation down, we're going to see that House of Chez is working on the temple as well as the giant camp there. But FF and the Pancakes have a nice clean walk to get in onto this top keep. And now rotation from 4. There's no Imperious though here, as the top keep is going to go down. Warden's Cage is used. The silence going out there onto Johanna. Blessed Shield misses, but it doesn't matter. Maev gets caught by the wall and goes down. Stitches being kind of chased by Lucio, but leaving a nice pool of gassy goodness behind. Is able to make it out in the full temple charge by picked up by Death 1300s here, and we're going to see the rotation in onto the boss now, it looks like. And with this bottom keep down, this is a strong play. I almost I don't think there's anything that we can see from FF and the Pancakes to do anything about it. They don't have tools like the potential for a Gust or an Emerald Wind or something like that to steal the boss, and they don't have everybody alive yet. So at this point, they just have to hope that they can pull up, defend this boss. But much like last game here, level 20 now available for House of Chez. And they're going to get started working on this mid keep, opening up the door here for additional pressure, but also potentially opening up space so that they can fight over the core without taking additional shots from the keep, slowing them down and dealing that additional damage. So boss making it to the core. It is already at half health. It's getting just destroyed here. And they're going for the long play. They're going to take out the keeps. So 3 keeps down now for FF and the Pancakes here. House of Chez getting caught on the Imperious there with the Stitches Hook. Warden's Cage goes down, and here's the Planet Cracker. Caribou getting low is going to go down. Maev as well. So a 1-for-1 trade. The DPS for the healer. But it's still a really bad place if you're FF and the Pancakes, because we've got temples coming up in 20 seconds, and there are already catapults making their way to the core here. So this has to be a fast fight. They have to get fast kills here, or they will simply lose the game. Not only that, they have to take both temples. They can't just leave one. And there goes the pull in onto the Zool, being deep in there. Gonna go down. Twilight Dream coming out in the silence onto 2 or 3 there, but Stitch is using that Putrid Bile, trying to get into the team here, and this is looking from bad to worse for FF and the Pancakes. As Death 1300's looking to get a kill, maybe able to catch up. Not quite able to do so, but Raynor getting on to that point is going to start putting damage onto the core. And Phoenix trying to go in. Maybe could have waited just a little bit for the Maiev to get there, but now with this wind tunnel here, Maiev trying to get out, just not able to do anything, getting buffeted by the winds. And that looks like with both of these temples coming up here, that's going to be game number 2 going over to House of Chez. Alright, let's show these stats here. 18 kills to 1, very much in favor of House of Chez. They were very strong that game. Falstad, look at that, 62 stacks on Seasoned Marksman. 26 stacks there for the Hungry for More on Stitches, getting those globes, but Phoenix only 22 on the advanced targeting. And that means that Phoenix never got that 3rd circle on his laser. Alrighty then. That's it for this series. We just watched FF and the Pancakes versus House of Chez. House of Chez pulling off the 2-0 victory and showing why they're in the, I think it's Coastal Finals is what we're doing. Are they doing Coastal? No, it's got to be the quarter or semifinals here. And they'll be playing against Zul'jin Distillery. But if you want to see what Zul'jin Distillery looks like, we've got a game coming up between Zul'jin Distillery and Team Rectum. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes as I get everything set up for this next match.